so tenacious, determined to get, because she wants to help her fans. She wants to get her body that she used to have. She wants that back, and she has it back.
What's going on, guys? This is Jordan Miller. I'm the owner and founder of Breathe Heavy. And in this video, I'm going to share the interview that I did with Tony Martinez. He was Britney's personal trainer leading up to Piece of Me, the residency in Vegas, as well as getting her ready for the Me Against the music video. But before we dive into the video and the interview, let's play that intro. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much. Your support means everything to me. And if you're new here, welcome. Breathe Heavy is a pop music news community with a lot of emphasis on Britney Spears because my website, Breathe Heavy, started out as a Britney Spears fan site in 2004. So after you're done with your YouTube video binge, head over to breatheheavy.com and please create an account. It takes less than 30 seconds, it's completely free, and you'll be joining a really amazing community. Back in 2013, I had a little dream that I would work really hard on Breathe Heavy and somehow align with her team to be able to work for her in some official capacity. That obviously didn't happen, and I still actually do kind of have that dream. But along the way, I made a lot of great relationships with people that did work for Britney. One of them being Tony Martinez. I got to interview him, and I've never actually shared the audio recording of our interview together, which I think, upon listening back to it, is way better to listen to than to read. So I'm looking forward to sharing this interview with you guys. Before I play the interview, I'd kind of just like to paint a picture and set it up and give you my thoughts on what I remember from it and just what life was like back then at that time for me and Breathe Heavy and Britney's career. At the time of this interview in 2013, I had just left my full-time job in marketing to work on Breathe Heavy full-time. And around the same time, I was in a kind of toxic relationship and wanted to turn my life around, including my physical fitness. Growing up, I was a gymnast, and for a couple of years in my early 20s, I kind of let myself go and got out of shape and was just relatively unhealthy. So around the time of this interview, I had purchased 50 personal training sessions from a gym that no longer exists in Vegas anymore called David Barton. Fitness was really on my mind, and I wanted to kind of tap into the fitness industry in a way that I just wasn't sure how to do. And the most obvious thing was to reach out to someone who was a personal trainer who happened to be training Britney Spears. Mr. Martinez absolutely had nothing but positive things to say about his time working with Britney. It was a fun trip down memory lane for me because I haven't actually listened to or read this interview in the time since posting it, so it's been 8 years. But it was just such a fun reminder that amidst all this free Britney stuff and her Instagram and all that, that I could look back on a time when Britney was performing and killing it in the gym. I definitely do miss my Britney fitness posts, so I'm hoping that we can see a little bit of a resurgence of that kind of content, hopefully in the near future. Putting out the Instagram workout vibes to Britney's account. Now, I would like to create a couple of Britney-inspired workout videos for YouTube and share with you guys, but I'm just not sure what people would think, if anyone would care, or do them or anything. So if that's something of interest to you, drop me a line in the comments and let me know. Otherwise, I'll carry about my business. Now, in this interview, I asked Tony, what does he do to train Britney Spears? And I think his answers might surprise you. All right, enough of my blabbing. I'm going to play the interview. I think it's a really good listen. Let me know what you think about it. And hey, while I got you, make sure you smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, and the notification bell. That would really help my channel out a lot. I'm not sure why I just did that. Thank you for watching. It's greatly appreciated. And let me know what you think of the interview. Hey, I'm good. How are you?
Good.
I appreciate you giving me a call.
Yeah. See what's going on here,
Yeah, so
Out there in Vegas, huh? That must be nice.
yeah, the weather's pretty nice right now. I grew up here, so I'm not too I don't have too much to compare it to, but I really liked it here. It's a pretty cool city, obviously.
Oh yeah, it's a good dry heat, right? It's pretty much right heat like here in Cali. So
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's. I mean, right now it's nice, but it's gonna be hot as hell soon, like really hot. So,
I'm sure it is.
yeah.
I'm sure it is.
So anyway, I am pretty into fitness too myself. So I just thought it was so cool that that Britney did Shape magazine, and so I saw in the interview or part of it that you are her trainer. So I was like, oh, I got to reach out and see, you know, maybe I can get a couple quotes or, you know, questions answered. Mainly because I also really like to work out, and it's a big part of my life, so I just wanted to incorporate that onto my website, you know, that's kind of about her. So...
Yeah, so now, when did you start this up with Britney? When did you start this whole website?
So I started, this is like an unofficial website. I mean, there's a lot of people that read it every day. But it's unofficial. So like Larry and Adam and Britney, like they don't have any official ties to it, but you know, they know about it. They're cool with it. I'm trying to kind of work something out where I'll be, you know, at her Vegas shows to kind of get content and just get fans, you know, involved. And, so it's kind of, I've been doing it for, I mean, this summer it's going to be 9 years, you know, so I started this in high school.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, and so and I graduated college, and then I was working full-time in marketing up until about, I don't know, like 2 months ago, and I quit that because I just wanted to focus on this. So here I am, you know, I'm trying to get, you know, cool stories like this, so I really appreciate you taking the time out for a minute and answering some questions.
Yeah, it shouldn't be a problem.
Cool.
Yeah, so do you talk to Larry Rudolph, those guys at all her management people now? Or?
Yeah, I talked to Larry and Adam if I need to reach out, and then, you know, here and there I reach out to her publicist. But I mean, as far as like trying to, you know, get involved with her, hopefully, you know, I hope that they're cool with it, but you just never know. So I'm hoping that, you know, things will kind of move in that direction where I'll be more involved, you know, in the day-to-day stuff as time goes on, simply because, you know, that's kind of where I see myself going, and I like it, and, you know, so we'll see. You know, I just keep my fingers crossed, you know.
Well, it's good. Well, she'll be in Vegas soon, apparently, right?
Well,
that's good for you. It's like right there, right down the street.
Well,
know?
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly it. That's kind of why it was like, for me, it's like the perfect storm, you know. I run this huge website about her.
That's the name of the game, you know?
Yeah.
That's how it is sometimes.
Yeah.
You know?
I know. That's like for me, like just between you and me, that's like, I guess one of the insecurities I have with her team is that they just think I'm like, you know, a rabid, you know, like crazy fan, but I really try to be professional and write stories and get content and blah, blah, blah. So this.
So what made you get into fitness then?
Well, so basically I've always been into fitness, but I used to be a gymnast. So I did that. I was an elite basically until I was 18, and I, you know, went to college. So I started coaching gymnastics instead, and I did that for about 4 years, and then I went into like marketing, which was like the lamest job. You know, coaching was awesome because it was team kids. It was just, you know, the same kids I'd see 6 days a week, and
right.
Yeah. So then.
But you did it for the love of it. You did it for the love of it. You know.
Well, yeah.
In the right, correct form. You know. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. So once I started doing marketing, I was sitting all day, and I just felt, you know, like I definitely put on, you know, like probably like 20 pounds, and I used to be in the best shape ever, and then I got in bad shape. So I quit my job like a few months ago, and I got 50 personal training sessions, and I'm actually next week will be my 49th. Yeah, so I've done like 6 months, like I do like, you know, 2 weight days, like 3 yoga days, and a cardio day, so I'm trying to be there 6 days a week.
Great. You definitely dedicated your,
Yeah.
lifestyle change.
Oh,
It
yeah.
really is, you know.
Yeah, I mean, that's the only way you can be happy, you know. It's like I'm doing my website, which I like, I'm working out, which I like. So that's why I'm kind of stoked to get a story up about fitness and stuff, because I just, you know, it's about Britney and it's about fitness, so I think that's really cool. So, I mean,
She's a tremendous athlete. People don't give her credit for what she does. She's I call her an entertainer athlete.
Oh, yeah, I mean, she has like that kind of like athletic body, you know, like she was a gymnast before, and you know, there's like a ton of pop stars out there that don't have like fitness incorporated into their life. Like it seems like she enjoys it, whereas others it's like it's just a chore, you know. So that's what I really like that.
Well, you gotta understand, with all these entertainers now, they're in the public eye so much, and it's so hard to be fit 24/7. You know,
Yeah.
you're gonna have good days, you're gonna have bad days, like everybody else, you know. And it's hard. And I feel sorry for them because you know they're under so much scrutiny. You know, the paparazzi's always there. If you took a good example, you get some ice cream or something, whatever it is, it can be somebody, whatever. They're taking pictures and like, oh no, there's someone who's gaining or he's gaining 5, 10 pounds. I mean, it's really hard, but that's just unfortunately how it is,
I mean, yeah, that's kind of the nature of the beast. It has its good sides and its bad sides, but as long as you can just, I mean, I'm not a celebrity, but if I was one, I would try to make sure that was a lifestyle that I thoroughly enjoyed versus, like feeling like I have to force myself into this mold of what people want me to be. Instead, just actually enjoy it.
It's hard. I really do for these people, but same thing for entertainers now. Like for me, what I do is when I train these entertainers, they're going on tour or they're going on that, so they have to be in tip-top shape for, if anything, for recovery. For example, Britney's doing like say an hour and a half, 2-hour show. That's a lot of working out. Her has to have stamina for that. She has to have strength. She has to recover, flexibility. I mean, she has to have all that kind of stuff. Which she does. Luckily she has good people around her.
Yeah, see, that makes me wonder too, because I've always thought like if a star goes out on tour, that they kind of like do their show and then they don't work out. It's like, is that? I mean, not even with just about Britney. Like, is that normal, or do they have to do both? Or
no, they work out. They trust me. They definitely work out. It's more because it's harder. It's funny because that's why I call them entertainers. I call Britney entertainer athlete because it's hard. They're at that high. They're feeding off the crowd. They're feeding off of the energy from them as well. And they want to give them the best performance that they pay money for. Everybody does.
Yeah.
So she wants to give it her all. And then, it's hard to come down. That's the hard part because they're still at such a high after the show's all over, and it's hard for them to sleep. It's hard for, just to unwind a little bit. So it takes a little bit of time. And then, they're traveling on a bus or an airplane to the next city.
Yeah.
They got a show the next day. It's very, I really do feel for these guys that do this. It's hard work, but they do it for the love of the fans,
Yeah. I mean, you have to do it for the love, otherwise you'll go crazy,
Yeah, you have to, just for injury purposes. And it's funny because when we were all younger, oh my gosh, I could, a truck could hit me, I could just dust it off really quick and go about my business. Nowadays, you're like, oh my gosh, I feel little aches and pains all over. What's going on here?
Yeah, I mean, I saw Madonna's show probably a few months ago, and she just, is running up and down the stage. It was just, crazy how, how much stamina she had. But
it's crazy. I totally agree. But that's why all these entertainers, they need, some kind of, athletic trainer to help them, to find out their VO2 max, make sure that they're conditioned right.
Yeah.
That's the main thing. And trying to eat properly, but at the same time, they're burning so many calories for the show. Easily 800 to 1,000 calories for the show.
Oh, wow.
Because they're basically doing the whole show. They're not where, a dancer comes in, does a little thing and they come back and they get a rest, They are nonstop the whole entire show.
Yeah,
I mean, the only time they get to have a drip, sip of water or something is what we call quick change, where they got to change out outfits really quick, and that's it.
They got to go right back out.
Yeah, exactly. So it's tough.
That's pretty crazy. Well, I commend you for having that kind of a career path, and because that's something if I wasn't doing this kind of blogging stuff, I'd love to pursue something like that. But
well, you still should. Nothing wrong with that. Why not do both?
Yeah, I mean,
why not do both?
That's a good point. I thought about it. I don't know. But anyway, let me ask you a couple questions,
Sure.
if you're cool with it, about working with Britney. So I got just I think 8 or 9 pretty simple questions. And so the first one is basically, how long have you two worked together, and how did that all come about?
Actually, the first time I worked with her was when she did the Madonna video.
Oh, wow, that was a while ago.
That was a long time ago. I had gone way back.
Oh, okay, cool. I thought it was a recent thing.
That was the first time that I worked with her.
And then you guys.
And then basically, then I had other commitments that I had to be with. I had other people to be with as well, so I couldn't go back. And then her people called me up and said, hey, can you train Britney this time for Shape Magazine? I'm like, not a problem.
So that was...
That was recent, yeah.
Okay, cool. So you guys just recently kind of reconnected. Okay. Cool. So how often would you say you train her? Like, does she have a schedule, or, you know, what's kind of...
She works out anywhere between 3 to 4 times a week.
Uh-huh. Cool. And are you there every single workout, or does she kind of do...
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, because you see, like, candidates, you know, at least once a week of her, you know, hitting the gym. So
right.
You just never know if there's a trainer there, or she just kind of did it, you know, solo. So I would love for you to maybe describe, or to kind of give one of the workouts that she does, like, that you'd perform with her, you know, because I'm sure there's tons of different variations that you do, but if there's one that sticks out in your mind that I could kind of post for fans, I think that'd be really cool for them to kind of do, like, the Britney Spears workout, or whatever you call it, you know.
Well, the more it's funny, I call her the Britney B workout. It's more about Britney Balance workout. Because what we do is I have a product line come back, out. It's based the resistant band. And she basically will do these exercises on one leg, on one arm on the floor, one leg out, one arm up. She's doing everything like, what am I doing? Why? How come I can't use both my feet? So we try to balance that out more or less. Like a good example is she'll do a tricep kickback. But just be on the floor with my resistant band that I have. And then she would basically put one arm out and then both feet straight out, and she'd do a kickback with one arm. So she's engaging her core the whole entire time.
Okay. And what about, like, say maybe a kind of cardio exercise that you perform with her?
She loves to run. Okay, that's no doubt. She loves to run. But I try to tell her, you know what? Let's try to do something different. So what we do is like, we will walk at 4.0 first for a minute, and then we walk backwards at 2.0.
Okay. And do you guys...
We switch it up. We switch it up like that.
And do you guys repeat that probably, like, 6 or 7, 8 times?
Yeah, just for 30 minutes. She'll do that for 30 minutes.
Oh, okay, cool. So you kind of...
Turn around. She'll run forward. Oh, gosh, I got to turn around backwards. Oh, I got to run forward. I got to turn backwards. I'm like, okay, it's time to turn around again. She's like, no, you're getting me confused. I'm like, I know, sorry. That's the whole point.
Is that to kind of raise her heart rate, or what is the benefit?
That's basically to burn body fat, exactly, yeah. She's burning body fat, but she's walking instead of she's running. She's not running. Okay,
cool.
And she's like, I don't get it. She's like, why am I sweating so much more doing this than running? I'm like, hey, I'm just trying to change it up, that's all.
Interesting. Okay, cool. What would you say her least favorite exercise is?
Wow, that's a good question, because she's pretty much, that's a good question. I don't know about the least favorite. I think the least favorite is probably just getting there. No, I was kidding. No,
that's the hardest part.
Yeah, right, just getting there, right? I would say the least favorite for her, I wouldn't say any, because she's fully committed when she got there, when she gets there. So she pretty much lets this go, because, as you know, her father used to own a gym back in the day, so she knows what's going on. She knows a little bit, but she's old school. Working out, like I have to go an hour cardio, an hour weights. I'm like, whoa, I gotta slow you up. I gotta show you the workout smarter, not harder method.
Yeah. Okay.
She didn't understand that method, and I'm like, listen, we don't need to work out like that anymore. Those days are long gone. So, we would work out, like do interval training, but quicker, maybe a 20-30 minute workout. She's like, that's it, I'm done. I'm like, yeah. She started giving me high fives, like, stop, I'm done. I'm out of here.
Okay, cool. So when you guys are working out, is there, like, just music playing in the gym or wherever, or does she have, like, kind of a select artist that she kind of, like, wants to listen to, or basically who do you guys listen to?
It varies. Sometimes she does. Sometimes she'll listen to different artists. Sometimes she'll have her headset on, just tune everybody out there that are in the gym. But usually we do. I do stuff outside a lot too. We'll do, because she used to play basketball when she was younger. And I'm like, you know what? Let's incorporate that in your workout. Let's do basketball stuff. Let's have some fun like that.
So do you guys actually have a basketball?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, she's good. That's why I said she's a entertainer athlete. She's so good. And the thing is
I call it trickeration. You got to use trickeration for them to have fun.
Trickeration?
Trick them into working out. Yeah.
Okay. So no one in particular that, because she kind of listed or the reason why I asked that is because Madonna's personal trainer, I think just like 2 or 3 days ago, said that Madonna listens to Britney when she works out. So that's kind of why
Really? That's so funny. That's great.
Yeah. So that's kind of why I was throwing that in there to see, if the favor's returned or, who inspires her when she's like, hitting the gym.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm so bad at that because I'm so focused on getting her into that. I know there's music playing, but I'm like not even thinking like that. I'm thinking of let's just keep you moving the whole entire time and changing up the workouts, which you like.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's cool. I thought that'd be an interesting question. So speaking of Vegas, we were talking about it earlier. Are you going to be working out with her here, or is there like kind of any schedule that you guys have set up for when she's, performing in Vegas?
I don't know yet.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
It's still kind of too far out, probably.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know.
I mean, if you guys, well, sorry, go on.
I haven't heard anything. So yeah, I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, there was a story a couple weeks ago, like, wherever she's staying is gonna have a big gym and blah blah blah. But if you guys ever want to hit up David Barton, this one in Vegas, like if you come out here and train her, it's a sick gym. That's where I go. It's pretty, it's clean.
Yeah, Barton has some good gyms. I've been to a couple of his in New York and Miami, so yeah, I know.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I used to go to like a gym here where it was like so crowded, and it was just like you could never do like drills because your station would be taken. So I switched, and it's more expensive, but
you gotta put your towel down. You have to mark the territory.
Yeah, just wipe my sweat on it. So anyway, just a couple more questions. I was going to ask you how far, I mean, you kind of already alluded to this, but how far can you push her when you guys are working out?
Let me tell you, I push her every single time to the limit. I want to make sure that she feels every little thing possible.
Mm-hmm.
The thing what makes me mad is that she conquers it every single time.
Does she what?
She conquers it. She's like, that's all you got? Are you kidding me? Like, taunting me.
She's like not sweating.
Are you kidding me? I was like, wait a minute. I was like, what? She's like, yeah. She's like, she calls me, I told her I want to get her out surfing one day. I want to get her surfing,
Mm-hmm.
She's like, yeah, that'd be fun. I'm like, yeah, I think you do well. And when I work out with my clients, really, I like going outside, doing stuff outside more or less than being in the gym. Because the gym is, everybody can be in the gym. I mean, it's not hard to lift the weight, push them back down. I try to do more functional training, and that's what I do with her, more athletic, functional training.
Mm-hmm.
So, when she dances a lot, she's doing a lot of lateral movements. So we do lateral, we do a lot of plyometrics as well, too. So we try to mix it up a lot so where her knees feel good, her back, shoulders, but at the same time she's getting strength, and she's also, she looks great,
Awesome. Yeah, so surfing and outdoor exercises, that's kind of your trickeration.
That's tricky. I have to use trickeration. She's like, these little bands that you got me, because I have a line out with, resistant bands. Mm-hmm. And she's like, these stupid little bands hurt. Because she's like, I don't like lifting too much weight because, it's going to make me bigger. I'm like, no worry, won't even lift one weight at all. So she likes using my resistant bands. Mm-hmm. And she's like, you really get a workout from this? I'm like, why is your arm shaking? She's like, yeah, you're right.
Those bands, I think that's awesome you have a line, because today one of the drills I had to do was you put the band between your feet and then you hold the straps and you do like these squats, and it was just like killer, so that's cool. Yeah, that's good for toning and stuff. So last but not least, I was just wondering if you have anything that I didn't ask you that you'd like to maybe put out there for her or for yourself, or just any kind of last finishing quote.
She is she's so tenacious, determined to get, because she wants to help her fans. She wants to get her body that she used to have. She wants that back, and she has it back. She looks great, phenomenal. And I think it poises that she's doing this, obviously for herself too, because she likes to be in shape too, but she's doing it for her fans. She wants her fans to listen, I eat junk food once in a while, but at the same time I do it all in moderation. Mm-hmm. I eat good, once in a while I'll have a cheat meal here and there. Nothing wrong with that, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, obviously that's well noted for everybody.
Yeah.
But she's still works hard and she eats good. You have to live a little bit. You have to do everything in moderation. That's what the whole thing is about in life. There's nothing wrong with that. But she's a smart eater, which is good. Before it was a little bit harder because when we were younger, we could eat anything we wanted.
Mm-hmm.
We could, I can have, Doritos, this and that, and still look, whatever. Now with Father Time, sometimes it catches up, so we have to, eat a little bit better, work out a little differently, not harder but smarter. But she's, like I said, she's just a tremendous, tremendous athlete. And that's what, it makes it easy for me.
Awesome, Tony. Hey, I mean, I really appreciate you, taking 20 minutes and talking to me about fitness and Britney, and I'm going to write all this up this weekend and shoot for it to get it online on Monday. So I can shoot you the story before I post it, just in case there's something you don't like or something you want to add or anything.
Sure.
And I just can't thank you enough. I think it's awesome that she's, she's working out a lot and that, she's taking the right steps to be healthy, because that's what I like to do as well. So,
that's excellent.
Yeah, so thank you, and if there's anything I can ever do for you in Vegas, just hit me up anytime, email or call.
I'm old school, bro. Jordan. I like to call. Like email. Oh my gosh. I know my management people do that, so I'm like, I don't do that. I'm old school.
Well, I'm happy you responded to my email just because it was a shot in the dark, but I'm stoked that you did. So thank you.
Definitely, buddy. That sounds great. Definitely. It was nice talking to you.
Yeah, you too. Thanks again.
You bet, Jordan. Take care.
All right. Bye-bye.